So 7 times negative 1 times k minus 6. So we're going to take the negative 1 and pull it out of this because we know that that is going to be k minus 6. Okay, so it's a little confusing because this looks different than what is here. But what you're saying is I'm going to pull the negative 1 out and I'm going to change this. So we have to change it to the other term. If we multiplied all of this back out, we could say, let's check and insert an equation here. What is 7 times there we go, negative 1 times k minus 6? Well, let's leave the 7 where it is and only distribute the negative 1. That is 7 times negative k. Negative 1 times 6 is plus 6. Or 7 times 6 minus k. Okay, so you're going to pull out a negative 1 and change it to the additive inverse. Okay, so this is kind of our side work over here. The work and the problem is this here on the left. Okay, so what does this allow us to do? Now I have a k minus 6 and a k minus 6. I want that to happen. So we write, okay, what's outside of that? Everything else that's outside. So the first part just has 2m. The second term has a 7 and a negative 1. So for now, I'll go ahead and write 7 times negative 1. You can just immediately, if you see it, you can just write minus 7 there. The other term is what matches. That's k minus 6. So last final form is 2m minus 7 times k minus 6. That is your final answer. Okay, 2m minus 7 and k minus 6. What I normally want to see is this part, and this part, and then your final answer. That's enough work. Okay? Alright, last problem. So let's break down, we're going to get to that later. So let's break down these common factors. Okay, so we're going to pair things together. We have 3p equals, we'll have negative, don't forget to take that sign with it, negative 2p squared equals, we'll come up with the GCF there, and we will have negative 18p we will have 27, and we'll come up with the GCF there. Okay, so back up here. 3p is really simple. It's just 3 times p. Negative 2p squared. So don't forget you've got to pull out your negative 1 times 2, and there's 2 p's. So p times p. So what do these have in common? We can slide these over. They don't have any numbers in common. The only thing they have in common here is the p. So your GCF is just going to be p, and we will circle common terms, p. Alright. So if you want to, you can come down here and start your binomial monomial pairs. So we get p times what's left. 3p just has a 3, and the other part has negative 1 times 2, so negative 2 and a p left. Okay, and then we'll come up with the second part. Negative 18p, so I think we may have already factor treed 18, but maybe not. 18 is 2 times 9, and 9 is 3 times 3. So we get a 2 we get a 3, and we get a 3. Okay, 2, 3, and 3, and it's negative, so we have negative 1 times 2 times 3 times 3 from our factor tree. And it has a p. So that's our prime factorization there. 27 is 9 times 3. 27. 9 times 3, and 9 is 3 times 3. So we have 1, 2, 3 threes as our prime factorization. So that's 3 times 3 times 3. What do these two terms have in common? Well, let's slide these over so I can circle things. We have, insert my circles. We actually have, I'll do them all at once. We have 2 sets of 3's, right? So 3 times 3 will be gone. 3 times 3, or 9. So that's my common factor here. So 9, and then we look at what's remaining. And this will be negative 1 times 2, so negative 2p, and 27 is just 3. We already used these two, so we have a 3 left over. So this one, when we use the negatives and pull out the negatives with our search for common factors, it saves us some of our additive inverse mess. So you can see here we have 3 plus negative 2p. We can actually just reorder addition. So this is actually the one that looks a little messy. We're going to write this one as negative 2p plus 3. These are the same right now. They're just in a different order, and that's okay. So we're going to take the outside, which is p plus 9, and that is going to be multiplied by the inside, which both of those are actually the same thing, so we can just write negative 2p plus 3. And that's your final answer. Okay, so after this video, you are able to do study guide 8.5, that same page 31. Now we can do problems 13 to 18, and I'm going to add 4 problems from the textbook. I will take a picture of my textbook I have here at the house, and I will add it as an attachment to this assignment when I post it, so you don't have to worry about having your book or not. So you can do the study guide 6 problems there, and I'll add 4 problems from the textbook. I will upload that in the assignment, so you actually have to look for the attachment for those 4 problems, and then you'll turn that in as the assignment for practicing these. Then we will talk about, we'll do another video with what can we do with these factors. There's a 3rd part, and there's a couple of word problems which show why this is important. So I'll do one more video of that. That's what we'll do tomorrow, and then we'll be working towards a quiz over 8.4 and 8.5 just to see how we're doing on these 2 sections. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions, and always you can reach me by email or a Google Classroom message. Thanks.